Arkansas for part of it, okay? So those are teachers and staff that live here in Benton. We'll reduce programs. We'll potentially close buildings. So I would ask you to consider like what this community looks like. Should we be forced to consider closing, Howard Parent or Caldwell or any of our other exceptional schools? Should we be forced to close a school that'll have a negative lasting impact on families, property values, and the overall stability of our community? Okay. The second aspect that you should consider is compatibility with our comprehensive plan. So the comprehensive plan shows this area as a high residential area, potentially a commercial node, okay? The goal of that comprehensive plan is to provide new affordable housing for our residents, to provide new commercial mixed-use environments. Approving this actually contradicts the comprehensive plan. I would also say the infrastructure out there is about to be the busiest roadways probably in the state of Arkansas, and you really don't know how a new K through 12 school system is going to impact that. You'll probably wind up with cars backed up and stopped on I-30 every day. And then the fourth is kind of a nitpick reason, but I believe part of the application requirement is to post a sign with the zoning that also identifies the date and time of this meeting. The sign's been there, but the sign's been blank for 2 weeks, and so I don't know that the public adequately knows that this meeting is taking place. So
Mr. Farmer, you are out of time.
thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for being here. Are there others?
Hi, thank you. My name is Bree Lusk, resident of Benton. Is there anything else you need? My husband and I, we are not originally from Benton, but we have fallen in love with this community. One of the things that we really enjoy about Benton is that it has an excellent public school system. We are concerned that if another school goes into the area that's proposed, that will take some of the money from the voucher program from our public schools into private schools. Very much echoing what Mr. Farmer said, really don't want to put resources that are supposed to go into our public schools into private schools, is my personal opinion. The other thing that I would just like to say, in general, not necessarily about this particular building, but overall, what I've seen going on in Benton is that there is rapid development. And we moved here because it is the natural state, but it is very hard to get into nature. When I'm seeing things being built in floodplains or impervious surface being put over, our forests, virgin forests being destroyed. I would just ask you as the commission to consider that this is the natural state and many of your residents would like to get out into nature a little bit more. So, thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments and your interest in this item. Are there others that wish to speak? Hello.
Hi, I'm Brian Black with BCOH Architects, just a couple of streets over. Spoke last month on this project, and I'm proud to be representing it tonight and speaking with you guys again. I know I only have a few minutes, so I'll be brief. I too have lived here my entire life, and I grew up here in downtown. Just 2 streets over. When I grew up here, there were only a few restaurants that you could go to. There were only a few clothing stores that you could go buy your Levi's jeans from and buy your shoes from. Using the logic that if we have competition in Benton, if we have another choice for people to make to go to school here, that would defy the logic that of all the benefit that all of these additional businesses have brought since I was born here in 1971. We now have a score of restaurants, clothing stores, hardware stores, boutiques, you name it. Our economy has grown by leaps and bounds because we have so many choices here. And having an additional school here would just be one more. Whether you think so or not, there are plenty of families that send their kids to school in Little Rock every single day. They go to Catholic, they go to PA, they go to Little Rock Christian, they go to Central Arkansas Christian. They go to all of these schools because they want to give their child a Christian education, a faith-based education. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I believe that our community would support having that choice here. Our goal is not to take students away from Benton. Our goal is to grow this community in a positive way. If you're in my line of work long enough, you realize that you only have so many opportunities to have real impact projects. And we have been so fortunate to have designed so many of those around town. I promise you this is one of them. This is a project that will serve as the front door for the city of Benton. It's not going to be built in a floodplain. It's going to be built high up on a hill, right across from the new Buc-ee's.
Mr. Black, you are out of time.
Thank you all for listening to me. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for being here and your comment. Are there others that wish to speak?
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Do I need to sign the book?
Yes, please state your name and sign the book.
Yes, sir. My name is Lemuel Reber. Thank you all for your time tonight. This is my 3 minute starts. I appreciate the comments here this evening. So I haven't been a resident of Benton for very long, but it is a place that I call home and where I now get to raise my daughter and start a family and try to live, I guess, American community life. I didn't grow up here, but I call it home. And I'm just almost 30 now, and I've had a number of different education experiences of growing up in a home with not a lot of resources. And I had the privilege of getting to try all kinds of different, I guess, schooling venues of private and charter and public school and homeschooling. And I guess the one thing that jumps out to me, I know I don't have a whole lot of time, but learning is really important for kids, as we all know. But it troubles me to hear the word competition thrown a lot, I guess, in the aspect of learning. Because if there's anything that I've learned in now, over a decade in education, now higher education, is that competition, generally speaking, tends to make you better. It doesn't make you worse. And it's very problematic thinking to think about learning and education for our kids, which is one of the most precious resources that we have, as a zero-sum game, right? That there's only winners and there's only losers. I've heard these conversations before about going to a charter school where I didn't have a basketball gym to even play in, but figure it out. And trying to do athletics growing up. And I've heard the conversations amongst my peers where I grew up, where that went to public schools that had $10,000 more per student than where I was going as a charter school student. meant that I didn't have different resources that were available to them, but that didn't mean that I couldn't thrive, and it wasn't also the education experience that I needed. So there's a lot of conversation about competition, and that troubles me because our main concern really is our students themselves, then I think actually trying to give them as many options as possible is the most important thing that we can do, and also provide more opportunities for our teachers as well that also are looking for other ways to get to share their skills and focus on what they love and what they're really good at, which is fostering the next generation, an actual love for learning and not necessarily the system, I guess, of education. And that troubles me if we want Benton to thrive into the future. But I appreciate all the thoughts. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your comments, and I appreciate you being here. Are there others that wish to speak? If there are none, I would entertain a motion. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Chelsea, please call the roll.
Carl West. Brett Chumley. Lois Burks. Darrell Wood. John Clement. Pamela Gibson. Mark Chilton.
Yes.
Andy Warford.
We have 6 yes and 2 no. The item passes. Moving on to item 5D, 6623 Alcoa Road, a C-store site plan. You certainly may leave, but please leave quietly. We still do have some agenda left.
Holloway Engineering, on behalf of C-Stores, requesting approval of a site plan for a gas station to be located at 6623 Alcoa Road. This site plan was originally approved on 3/5 of 2024, but because a year has passed, has to get reapproval from the Planning Commission. This property is currently zoned C2, which is general commercial, and a gas station is a permitted use. All rules and regulations have been followed and approved by DRC and Benton Utility.
Thank you, Chelsea. Please state your name and sign the book.
Mark Rutter with Holloway Engineering. And as she said, this was approved previously, and the client didn't move on it within the proper period of time, so it expired. So that's why we're back.
Sure. Are there any questions from the commission regarding this item? Commissioner Gibson.
Has anything changed since the last time you were here a year
No.
ago? So you still got the entrance off Alcoa and off
That's correct.
whatever that side road is that I've
That's
forgotten? Okay.
What? I'm sorry, commissioners, but I really do need to give the public an opportunity to comment. Are there any participants here that wish to comment? Being none, Commissioner, let her rip. Second. We have a motion and a second. Chelsea, please call the roll.
Carl West.
Yes.
Brett Chumley. Lois Burks. Darrell Wood. John Clement. Pamela Gibson.
Yes.
Mark Chilton. Andy Warford.
Thank you. We have 8 yes, the item passes. Moving on to category 6, other business on our agenda. I simply have one comment unless other commissioners have something to say. Coming from the mayor, to stay within our practice, we will advertise for an expiring commissioner's position. That is all I have unless you have anything further. If there is nothing further, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion passes. We stand adjourned.